Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling review series. September 26, 1992 is where we go. There is an interesting debut this week, so that's kind of cool to check out. And the British Bulldog versus Barry Hardy in singles action is your opening contest. Bulldog is your Intercontinental Champion. This is one of his first matches. I don't think the first, but maybe the second on Superstars since winning the championship. Kind of a shrug off by the Bulldog and uses the power advantage he has very well. Again, he looks bulkier than even the last time he was on Superstars, so maybe on an upcycle on some supplements is a possibility. Big vertical hanging suplex by the Intercontinental Champion. Bulldog kind of drops him down, and we kind of see an interesting attempted couple of shots by Hardy, who doesn't get very far. No relation rather to Matt and Jeff Hardy is Barry Hardy. Hardy seems to be a common name in wrestling anyway. Running power slam for the victory by none other than the British Bulldog. And then we move to the update discussion of the Ultimate Maniacs. Basically, the Ultimate Warrior carries Savage to the back in his loss of the championship, and the Ultimate Maniacs, Ultimate Warrior, and Randy Savage are in fact formulated here. Warrior admits that Savage took him to the limit, gave him the best match of his career. They formulate what is to be a tag team. Eventually, the plan was Ric Flair and the Warrior to go around the horn. In fact, that's what caused Ric Flair to get injured and have to drop the championship, is an injury, inner ear infection, and balance issues in matches with the Warrior. Not that the Warrior can cause an ear infection, but his immune system was damaged. There is the belief that the immune system was damaged from injuries he suffered at the hands of the Warrior, and anyway, immune system compromised anyway. And so the formulation of the Ultimate Maniacs is here. Of course, Warrior leaves before Survivor Series, which is the match they're hyping. Papa Shango against John Reckner. John Reckner, later known as Balls Mahoney of Smoky Mountain Wrestling and, more importantly, ECW fame. There is kind of the beat up nature. He's wearing baby blue tights. Here is Reckner, much thinner than he would be in the Balls Mahoney days. Bret Hart does an inset promo while Papa Shango is going at Reckner, working over the leg that he's affected by the spell that he's put forward. Anyway, Hart says that he is not intimidated by Shango, doesn't believe in the voodoo things that he is doing. And Shango hits a few really basic shots, including his finish, the shoulder breaker, and gets the victory there. Reckner really does take the loss pretty hard here. Event Center, El Matador talks about challenging anybody and everybody, spending several months studying to be a Matador, and thinks he's ready to take on anybody. Even mentions a match with Bret Hart, which I find interesting in this particular promo. Shawn Michaels still wants the Intercontinental Championship, kind of talks about Bret Hart, also talks about being one of the better looking, if not the best looking person in the area. Sherry Martel still alongside him. The debut I talked about is here now. That is Barry Horowitz facing the Comet Kid. The Comet Kid, who I believe in this particular TV taping is Conan. Not 100% sure on that. I know the outfit was made for Conan, but I'm not sure that he actually made TV with it. They do a jetpack futuristic thing. If you've never seen this, go out of your way to see it. Lots of high-flying stuff, drop kicks, hip tosses, and the like by the Comet Kid. Comet Kid renamed Max Moon a few weeks later here, so I don't know if they didn't copyright the name Comet Kid. I don't know if there was perhaps a cartoon character. That's my thought is that there was a cartoon character here, but a lot of counter wrestling holds, reversals, and the like. Kind of a basic bit in moments, but always in motion is the Comic Kid. Monkey flip takeover and back to an armbar by the Comic Kid, and then kind of working the arm. They get more out of this match than they would other enhancement matches, partially because of the fact it's Barry Horowitz. Horowitz does hit a chin crusher and a European uppercut, among other things. We see a second rope on the inside bulldog by Comic Kid as a way to turn the match around. And as mentioned, we was wearing a jetpack before the match, and so Irish whip, big hook kick in the corner, and kind of forward victory roll by the Comic Kid, and gets a pinfall there. 1, 2, 3. The gimmick doesn't go terribly much farther, but at the time, this was a pretty heavily pushed gimmick. We then see Razor Ramon against Nick Turturro. Not a huge surprise here that he, in fact, would be Turturro taking the taking the loss, taking the L. Hard shots by Ramon, and then the choke slam by Razor. Razor, of course, mere weeks after making major challenges and interfering in the Randy Savage situation, they had made a commitment to the Razor Ramon character even before he came in. And he was going to be a big star. The back suplex from the second rope, the Razor's Edge, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Then we go to the event center. Tatanka talks about going and seeing the shaman for his tribe, the medicine person for his tribe, seeing his future and the visions of continued victories in the World Wrestling Federation in that particular event center promo. Then we see the Mountie. Mountie kind of talks about getting rid of Tatanka. Their feud still ongoing. And then we see the Big Boss Man facing Bruce Mitchell in an enhancement talent match. I've mentioned before, I will mention again, that the Big Boss Man, probably in the best shape of his career. From 92 to 94, he's leaned down a bit, and that is good for him. Still building the thing with nails. Lots of Boss Man merchandise, nightsticks, hats, and stuff for kids. Foam nightsticks, that is. And, of course, Boss Man still bringing the real nightstick and handcuffs to the ring. Hard shots. They continue to promote the Posters magazine. Back when posters were more of a thing than they are now, I think. Big boot by the Boss Man, and he's, on top of his game. They continue to put him in an interesting position. Gut wrench release suplex from the Boss Man, adding some new moves to the repertoire we don't normally see. Still using the brawling and the uppercuts and the like, but every once in a while they do add old dog can learn new tricks. Boss Man manages to stay in control and then goes and hits the Boss Man Slam. 1, 2, 3, gets the victory. We move to Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect vaguely discussing the Ultimate Maniacs. Flair says he's the champion, and that's all that matters. He's not intimidated by the Warrior. He's not intimidated by anybody. Perfect says that there's no reason to be intimidated. This is the world champion. Very basic promo, but it's clear they were planning to go with Flair versus Warrior for the next little while. I almost wonder if Warrior didn't get pushed because of the steroid thing, and maybe that's part of what got in his car. Bobby Perez versus Bobby Perez and Akita Webb versus the Nasty Boys. Typical Nasty Boys match. I don't really understand fully why the Nasty Boys were so featured. Maybe they were planning the babyface turn that happened in the spring, even here. But, I mean, they almost seem to be out every other week, at least. Jerry Sags with a pretty vicious clothesline. hits some big shots. Nasty Boys talks about wanting to be the champions again. They hit the Pity City and the pit stop, and hair toss by Brian Knobs. Sags comes in after the power slam. Then we see a top rope leg drop or second rope leg drop from Sags. Leg drop usually is an elbow drop, but that is not the case here. And then, kind of big body slams, front slam by Sags. Sags goes back to the top rope, hits the top rope elbow after that power slam. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Event Center with The Undertaker and Money Incorporated. Money Incorporated still talking about wanting the Tag Team Championship back, having a plan. Undertaker talks about getting rid of Kamala and everybody needing to rest in peace. That will close September of 1992 for Superstars of Wrestling content. As mentioned, I will be back with more later today. Also, Bound for Glory being tonight, we will be up with a review of Bound for Glory if my work schedule allows, but definitely by the end of tomorrow. Hell in a Cell this weekend as well will be covered, among other things, but I'm really enjoying the Superstars series. May do Smoky Mountain after this or something else, not really sure, but we're going to have, my goal is the largest audio archive of wrestling show reviews online over the next couple of years. Need your continued support. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.